Hey everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Can You Hack It? I am your host, Ben, and this week we're back on Hackthebox.eu taking a look at a system called Jerry. And this one's a fairly easy system, which is good in this case because I actually was expecting Smasher to retire, which I hadn't done prior to this week, and so I actually was rushing through getting Smasher done and then figuring out how to make a video for it. And it's an incredibly complex box, and it was going to take a lot of time, so I had been devoting time to that until this morning when I realized that Jerry's actually going to be the one that's retiring. So I don't have a script prepared for this. Normally I kind of go through it, make sure it's all fresh in my mind. It's been a while since I've done this one, probably about 139 days since that's how old it is. But I remember this one being pretty straightforward, so we'll just dig in and see what happens. I think it'll still end up being a pretty quick video, probably the quickest one to date. So that's probably good if you didn't want to spend a bunch of time watching videos. Anyway, let's just go ahead and dig in. So if we create a directory for our Nmap outputs, so we do mkdir Nmap, and we're already in a folder for Jerry that I made for this video, and so now we've just got our empty Nmap directory here. We run Nmap, do T5 to make the timing aggressive, SC and SV to enumerate scripts and versions, and then V to give us verbose output while it's running, OA to output all formats, and we'll write that to Nmap and then quick. And this time I actually used the correct slash. If you've noticed in a lot of my videos, because I typically work in Windows, I end up using the wrong slash all the time. And so this should take a second to run. We can see that port 8080 is open. And I believe that's going to be the only port that we see open on this box. And given the box's name, Jerry, it's probably running Tomcat if I remember correctly, or Apache Tomcat. Yeah, so it's running Apache Tomcat. And so if we just pop open, actually let's skip pop and open burp for right now. We'll just browse straight to the website and see what we find, because if I remember right, I don't think we are going to need to do anything special with burp. So we see a default installation page. If you're seeing this, you successfully installed Tomcat, congratulations. We've got some buttons on the side that look like they're requesting authentication. Admin pass. I think the default on Tomcat is, well, I don't know if there is a default. The one that you usually see in error messages is Tomcat in secret, but it's spelled weird. Oh, here we go. If I cancel out, it shows. So Tomcat secret with a 3 in it. So we try that. Tomcat secret, and it looks like that works. We won't save that. So we can see that this is 64-bit. Host name's Jerry. We'll go to the manager app, see if we can authenticate to that. Looks like we can. So here we can actually upload war files, which is a packaged Java file that adds think of it as modules to Tomcat. And luckily, Metasploit actually can create payloads in WAR format for us. So if we just do a msfvenom-p, we'll make our payload Linux x86 shell reverse TCP. We'll set our L host to our local host IP address, which is 10.10.14.2, and our L port to 1337. Format is going to be war, and we'll out that put to shell.war. So that should take just a second. Invalid payload selected, so I probably mistyped something I did. Linux. And so when we upload this, we're actually going to need to know what to call. And so what we want to do is take a look inside of this and see what they named the jar file. So to do that, we can just extract it. We can see the name of the jar file right there, or the JSP file. And so now if we start up our local listener and see sorry, that's in your way, nc-lvnp1337. Go back to our browser, browse, Dropbox, CTS, Hack the Box, videos, Jerry, shell.war. We'll deploy that. We can see now that it is deployed and it is running. So if we just go to shell slash this string, oops, sorry, hit the wrong key combo. Cannot run the program, see Apache Tomcat, oh, sorry. Made the video a little longer for you right there. I screwed up and generated a Linux payload thinking this was a Linux box, but it's not, it's Windows, so we should just be able to replace this with Windows. It is 64-bit, but it doesn't matter. We can use the 32-bit payload. And so we want to see what the name of the file this time was. And then we're going to want to start up our listener again. We'll go back, we'll undeploy the wrong one that we'd sent up. We will deploy the correct one. And then we will try to browse to it again. So shell slash, this time we just get a white page, so we're probably good. And as we see here, now we are logged into the box. We can do a who am I, which is the first thing I like to do on Windows to see who I'm running as. In this case, we're running as system, and so it's basically game over. So now we just need to get the flags. And so if we switch to C:users, administrator, sorry, wrong commands, desktop, flags. Since it's plural, I'm guessing they're both in here. Looks like we have 2 for the price of 1.txt, which we can obviously read because we're system. I'll go ahead and output it to the screen, and then I'll just edit in the video to remove the ends of the flags, just so that we don't show them all. Text. And that's that. That's all there was to this box. And so if I didn't screw up making the wrong payload before, maybe we would have made this like a 5-minute video with the introduction. But anyway, so pretty simple one. I think it's a good one for people that are just getting started. It kind of just shows you basic flaw of, you know, how misconfiguring something using a default username or password can lead to a full system compromise. Obviously, using an account like system to run the web server is a mistake also. All of those things put together leads to somebody being able to get system on a Windows box that could be internet facing in just a few minutes. So good lesson to learn. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll hopefully within the next couple of weeks have Smasher out, which so far has actually been my favorite box on here, so I'm looking forward to making the video, although I think it's going to be tricky to find the right balance of showing you just enough of what the difficulties were, but not making the video like Titanic length. So we'll see how that turns out. Anyway, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Feel free to follow me on Twitter or message me on Hack the Box if you have questions. And as always, have a great weekend or whatever day you happen to be watching this. And I'll see you on the next one.